No wonder why people here admire this graceful beauty of gum flowers so much. And now, when I got to see that in real life, I too fell in love instantly. Ever since we landed here, I have been seeing photos, artworks, and wall murals inspired by the beauty of gum flowers. And I had already made up my mind to create an artwork inspired by that beauty. And now, when I have decided to start a series of wearable artworks, I decided this would be my first pair of earrings that I'm gonna make. Not just one, but I'm in the process of making variations of that. But the unbelievable part is, it's just been a week since I started or maybe restarted my old Etsy store and have uploaded hardly 5 to 6 earrings, and I have already sold my first earring, and that too the gum flower earring. I'm sitting with this little pouch about to be delivered to its new owner, and I cannot be happier. Believe me, this was totally unexpected, and yeah, sometimes such unexpected happenings give you the most excitement, or the most precious of all the moments, right? So this is one such moment for me. Let me tell you the story. As you guys know, my cargo, which contains most of my artworks, it hasn't reached here yet. So I'm hoping to receive that by next month, or most probably by early April or late March. But yes, that's the status of the cargo. While I'm sitting and waiting for the cargo, I didn't want to wait anymore. I just wanted to get started with my work. So my initial plan was to create artworks. Yes, I am still doing that, creating artworks of with the materials that I currently have, and that is the progress that you had seen in one of my earlier videos, making such artworks with that kind of textures, because most of my tools and the paints, the artworks, everything is in the cargo. So I'm just getting started with whatever I have. Meanwhile, I wanted to create something really quick and handy that matches the routine that I have right now. So that is when the idea of earrings came to me, because I used to do wearable art a long time back. That is how I started my journey. That is how I started creating things out of discarded plastics long back, maybe in 2013. Yeah, 10 years back. That's right. So I wanted to get started with that again. And the inspiration was, last year I had a discussion with another designer back in Qatar regarding development of a collection, which is a wearable art collection. So somehow that did not work out because of our transfer and things like that. And that was a huge inspiration for me, because that was a validation actually. I thought, okay, my artworks could be converted into wearable works as well. And I thought of just using this time in converting that plan into a reality. So, anyways, last week, I think a couple of weeks back, while I was brainstorming ideas to create this wearable art, the first thing that came to my mind was something that the people here can relate to. And obviously, the major image, or the first idea, is something related to the gum trees or gum flowers that we see everywhere around here. And definitely the gum flowers is something that I can relate to very well. So I thought, okay, let me just get started with that. And that is the first earring that I created, and now it got sold. So this is the earring inspired by the gum flowers, and this is a handmade card, because I still do not have a business card. I still do not have any packaging materials, anything. I'm just starting from scratch right now, but I'm glad I made the first step, because otherwise I wouldn't have made this sale. And this is not the first this earring is definitely the first one that is going, but again I got another order for the same earring which will be going to Victoria, and this one is going to Adelaide itself, so I can just deliver it to them. So as I said, I was not prepared for the sale because I didn't think much about packaging, or because it's totally different from my usual art packaging, right? So I didn't plan hugely regarding that side. I was thinking right now I'll focus on just creating, and that's what I did. I created maybe 8 to 9 earrings, and I started uploading it on Etsy, and that's it. So today I received the first order day before yesterday, and the second one came in yesterday. And today I went to buy a few of the packaging materials, and of course I do not have any sort of business cards or any other cards at the moment. So I thought, let me just grab whatever is available in the market and make it in my own way. I got the stamps and the ink press, so that I can customize such handmade cards, and the earring holder, and can pack it. This is an envelope, and I can just wrap it in a bag. So this is how I have wrapped it, and I really like this small paper bag as well. So this will safely go inside the pouch. Fortunately, I got all these materials from one place, and yes, exciting. So these are the things that I bought related to the packing of jewelries, because this is something new for me, and usually for my artworks I need the roll of huge rolls of bubble wraps or the cardboards and the tapes and things like that. For this I don't need such things. That certainly was a validation and also a dose of confidence boost to get started with the series. The plan initially was to create a series of wearable artworks inspired by the wildflowers and flora and fauna of Australia. I think I have mentioned this already in my previous video. So that's why I got started with a couple of gum flower inspired earrings and then gum leaves. Since my process involves a lot of spontaneous actions, I didn't have any plan or design in mind. So, after working on a couple of gum flower earrings and a gum leaf, I moved directly in developing a cluster of wildflowers. Right now, I'm cutting out the petal formations for a white flower, uh, and if this comes out really well, I would take this as a prototype and develop another patterns based on this. Even working on wearable art, my approach is similar to developing a sculptural artwork. Only difference is here, each of these textural element will be considered as a bead in order to develop a jewelry. So this is how happy and pretty this white wildflower bloom looks like, and instantly I named this collection as Happiness Bloom. And later in that week, I moved on to creating or developing different types of dangle drop earrings. But this one is a variation of the white one that you have already seen. And I plan on to create variations of different color palettes. And this would be just a beginning, I'm just hoping. As I told before, I do not work on a specific plan, but working on jewelry is very different than working on an artwork. So here I have understood that I need to have a certain design or pattern in mind. Especially since I'm not a trained jewelry maker, I need to write down or draw some pattern before getting started. Right now, I'm just sticking on to the pattern that I've followed for developing the white earring, and it came out really well. So I'm just working on a couple more color palette, and this is the yellow and bright orange that I really loved. And overnight, I worked on a purple and pink one as well. I'm just loving this gorgeous wildflower vibe. The next one on my list was, of course, the Golden Wattle from Australia. And I'm just trying to develop a design for this. And the initial one was a flop, I would say. But definitely, I'm going to give it a try. I have made a certain number of textural patterns with the flowers and leaves. I'm going to assemble it on the findings and see how it turns out, and if it works out, well and good. But otherwise, I'm going to cut down certain patterns and then try to assemble it again. This is my plan as of now. As I guessed, there were some hiccups while developing this particular pattern. I was not sure if the mistake was about the textural elements that I created. I guess it was. But, anyways, I gave it a try the first time, and since I was not happy with the design or how it turned out, I decided to try in a certain other way on the second earring. I was quite unhappy with the first result and decided to cut down and make some changes in the textural elements and then try to assemble it again. The second trial turned out to be pretty decent and I quite liked it and decided to change the first one as well. And this was a process of creating my first collection of earrings out of discarded plastics, which is now available on my Etsy store. So do check it out. Glassy Dreams is the name of my Etsy store. Catch you on my next video with many more exciting news from my side. Until then, it's bye from me and take care.